There's 4 words that artists should never use when promoting their songs, and those are new song out now. Or how about my new song just dropped? My new single is everywhere. Guys, if we want to promote our songs and break through the noise, we've got to be more creative in the way we're promoting our songs, but not so much creative, but build more connection with people. And so in this video, I want to cover some different song titles and just tags, I should say, like captions for your songs when posting so that you can break through the noise. Because I uploaded one video and it got 2,000 views on it. And then I uploaded it again. I changed the caption and what I said when posting it, and it got 6,000 plus. I think even 8,000 more. I think the one video got like 3 comments. The second video, when I did it right, got 72 comments. Okay. My name's Chris, also known as the artist Manafest. I have about 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. We got over 130 plus million streams on Spotify. And I want to give you some examples of how you can relate to people when sharing your songs. And the first thing I want to say is like, look, stories sell, facts tell. Okay. And if we want to get more engagement, we've got to stop making statements. And so, how about this? I wrote this song about my battle with mental health, or I wrote this song about overcoming addiction. After I broke up with my girlfriend, I wrote this song. When I found out she cheated on me, that's what inspired this song. I lost my dad to suicide when I was 5 years old, and that's what inspired this song. Tag somebody who's going through a tough time. They need to hear this. You know what I mean? Like I might just have wrote the best hip hop song, or like just something that talks more about the emotion and what the song is about, right? I wrote the song about overcoming my addiction, other taglines to kind of give people, just some context of what your song was about. Sounds like Eminem meets Johnny Cash. Sounds like Taylor Swift meets Madonna in a bar. You could put this song sounds like. This song will make you, you just found your next workout song. Like, give some people some more context or something that they can relate to. Your next road trip, have this on repeat. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, man, captions make a huge difference when you are scrolling through the feed and you're trying to get people's attention. That caption says a lot, okay? And the second most powerful thing is like the video, all right? Like, what's happening in the first 2 to 3 seconds? Like, how can you make me stop and click? You see people in the bus, out on the road, in the supermarket, just scrolling. But when they stop, do you ever wonder, like, when they did stop on something, what made them want to stop? What was it? You know what I'm saying? So I just had a new single come out today, a new album actually, but albums don't sell albums. Singles sell albums, okay? And we're on day 19 of this 30-day challenge to promote my songs. I'm going to be showing my dashboard in a little bit, but I want to show you what we did to blow up my new song because it just came out today, right? And I want to show you the results that we got, which is crazy. This is kind of a little outside of the Spotify challenge, but check this out. Let me pull this up. Okay, let me hit refresh on this. Activity feed, today, playlist added. Let's just keep going down. Let's keep going down. These are all the playlists that added my song. Still going. We're still on today, by the way. We're still on today. Let's keep going. Okay, that's yesterday. All right. And we got one editorial playlist, all new Christian and gospel, about 358,000 followers. Okay. So just to give you an idea, we promoted the song to over 100 plus playlists. Okay. And I'll put a link below. We used Submit Hub for one of them. And I think we promoted to over 150 something playlists, maybe 190. Can't remember how many we pitched it to. 50 something of them said yes. And the reason I did that is because I want to punch that algorithm in the face. I want to say, yo, Spotify, My song Walking into Fire is dope. Look, all this data. We're giving it as much data, as much streams as possible these first 24 hours. I've listened to the song at least 3 times, okay? Go listen to it for me, okay? It's called Walking into Fire by Manafest. But anyways, the point is I'm trying to get as much streams as I possibly can. Of course, I pitched it to the editorial playlists, right? Like in the release radar. Maybe I'll show you that today because I have a new song that is coming out. So I'll show you where we schedule the song and then pitch it. And it's not so much about the editorial playlist. And maybe I'll show you in the next couple of days, like which playlists like actually got me the most streams. Was it all these independent playlists that I got added to? Was it the editorial playlist or was it the algorithm? Like where are the streams going to come from, right? My guess is the most streams will probably be from Release Radar. The editorial could be good. I don't know where they've added me in it. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. Why don't we see where they added me on the playlist? Because I don't even know. I haven't even checked yet. So let's check to see, and that'll give me an idea of how many streams I'm gonna get from it, right? Because so let me just open up my Spotify and let's go. I think it was New Christian Gospel. And let's go playlists. And I think it was this one here. And so, yeah, I think that was it there. And I'm looking for my song and it's not in the top 20. It's not in the top 30. Number 38. Okay, so I got 38. That's not bad. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man, give me a little higher. Why couldn't you have added me a little higher, you know? But 38, that's pretty good. We'll see how many streams it generates, you know? I'm sure I'll get maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. We'll see. But I can almost guarantee you it's all about the release radar. Long term, it's all about the algorithm. But, you know, if you do what's easy in life, your life will be hard. But if you do the things that are hard, your life will be easy. And I just want to say, like, maybe the marketing stuff is tricky for you right now, but I can tell you this, it's not going to get any easier, but you're going to get better. Okay. You're going to get a lot better. All right. If you don't give up, we do help out with ads and stuff. Elijah Jones, if you click the link below there, you can book a call with us and we'll help you set up your ads, but I'll help you set them up and teach you how to do it. But I want you to run them, man. I don't want to run them for you because you should be in control. The number one law of success is to be in control. And I spent probably over $500,000 total on ads, at least 250,000 on my music ads. And what I've learned is because I've tried to hire even agencies to help me out, and there's nothing wrong with agencies, but like honestly, it's getting so easy now, and you can figure it out that I'd rather just do a call with you, help you out, and then you go off to the races and you be in control. You learn how to pull the levers up and down. Okay. So how's that for not trying to sell you? Okay. Yeah, we'll run the ads for you. And you know what? There's people that do it and that's fine. But that's just really not our focus. I want you to be in control because that's the number one law of success. And so new song came out, new album came out today. I'm really excited about it. Obviously we did the work on the front end. One of the things that I did do already. I hope I did. So on this challenge, we've been promoting a playlist, right? I've been promoting my This Is Manafest playlist. I think we're up to almost $100 a day on ads. And the question is, and I want to ask myself this because I honestly, it's been a busy day. I can't remember. Did I add the song to This Is Manafest? Yes, I did. So if you were watching this challenge, we've been running Facebook and Instagram ads to this playlist. If you watched the beginning videos, you would have noticed this was only at 1,700 saves. And we're well over 2,000. Okay. And I've been getting a lot of streams on this song Help. And what did I do? Of course, like this morning, I added my song Walking into Fire to that playlist because I'm already running ads to it. I'm running ads to it to promote this song Help. Well, as if you've watched the previous days, it's not just the first song that's going to get streams. It's going to be the next song and the next song and the next song, right? And so this brand new song, man, I put it as number 2. I didn't put it as number 1 because if I'm running ads and the ad has the song Help in it, when they click on it to play the song, I don't want it to play Walking into Fire because it's not congruent, right? I could put it number 1 or if I want. It wouldn't be a huge deal, but you know, I really want it to be parallel as far as, you know, and congruent. So when they click on a song that they saw in the ad, that that's the song that plays, right? I don't want to confuse them and be like, who is this? This isn't the song that I heard. And so we've been running Facebook and Instagram ads to promote my song. Let's take a look and see the data and see what's been going on. And I hope this has been helpful, guys. I've never done a 30-day live challenge like this. And so I'm going to click on home. And let's take a look. It's an album day. Okay, 234 people, 229 people. Okay, I think the highest we got this morning was 250. The highest I've ever seen this number is maybe 600 or 700 people. Okay, which is rad. Let's click on music. And I just want to show you, this is the new song, Walking into Fire. If I click on it, I can see today we've got 10,000 streams, 10,977. Okay, so hopefully we can get that way over 11,000. I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping, to be more in the 14, 15,000 streams by now. But you know what? I know it's not just about the first day. We got to just keep fighting and keep promoting the song. And the one thing that I didn't end up doing, I ended up not doing a Spotify marquee. Like I could have done a marquee for this song, but we decided not to. So the marquees, remember, are those ads that show up right on Spotify. So let's see what's going on with the song Help. Remember, this is the one we've been promoting for the last 19 days. Okay, and if you've been watching along, you can see we started at like, where are we? We started here. Where was it? We started here, 63. Then we went to 73, 92, 140, 380, 719. We took a little dip on the weekend, 500 down to 413, all the way up to 845. We took a little dip down to 668, and now yesterday back up to 767. Look at this. Oh my gosh. 2.73. Do you remember? I got to look at you guys when I say this. Do you remember when I first started doing this? I think that number was at only 1.8. So people are listening to the song almost 3 times. That is incredible. They're listening to it average 3 times. Some of my best performing songs aren't getting listened to 3 times. So that's a really good algorithmic signal, to Spotify. All right, let's keep going here. But that didn't happen overnight. Remember, we're on day 19. Okay, we're day 19 right now. This is day 19. Saves, how are those looking? Okay, those are starting to kind of cap out a little bit here. 122. Playlist ads, look at that. Those are still screaming. The highest was 86, and then yesterday 81. So that's still going. Let's look at playlists. And okay, so we can see in the last 28 days, I've driven about 1,117 of those. Okay, Verses with the Purpose is another playlist I run, 137. And look, radio, 100. That's higher than it was. Let's just go the last 7 days. Ooh, 65. So over half of those have come in the last 7 days. Well, what if we do the last 24 hours? 24. Heck yeah, baby. When we first started this, we weren't getting barely any streams from the algorithm. I don't think from mixes, and definitely not This Is Manafest. So let's go last 7 days. Okay, yeah, mixes 40. This is Manafest 23. So we're starting to trigger the radio algorithm. And that's what we want. That's why I'm doing this, right? And I want to kind of show you guys, like, just live, like, okay, can we trigger the algorithm? Well, we didn't in the first week. We didn't in the second. So we're kind of starting to go into, we're almost at the 3rd week here. So it takes time, right? And I didn't scale crazy. Like, let's take a look at the ads I've been running now for this. And I'm going to give it a bit more budget. I'm gonna feed this thing a budget. Let's see what's been working though and what hasn't, because you know what? There were some ads that were costing me too much money, so I turned them off. And I'm going to show you guys that as well too. I want to make sure you guys see all the goods. I don't want to hold anything back from you. So let me just share my screen here. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hope this is valuable. We're doing this on the fly. Okay, so last let's do last 14 days because we're not at 30. So last 14 days, 374,000 people have seen my ads. Okay. It looks like we've had 65, like, geez, like 2,300 people have clicked and hit play. And they haven't just clicked on the ad, they actually clicked play. All right. Because if we go over here, we can see, look, we've had 4,000 clicks, but it's not about the link clicks. We want the actual people that clicked and hit play. So look, isn't that interesting? The link clicks, we can see 4,000 people clicked over, but only about half of them actually pressed play on the song. Isn't that interesting? So the other ones, they might not have had Spotify. Maybe they went to Apple Music. I don't know. But we can see, let's see yesterday. Yesterday, we spent about $104 Canadian. So that's only like 60 bucks American. That's like nothing. And again, we had like, 44 cents, 51 cents, 67 cents. Okay, so that's not bad. That's a little high. What are we at today? Okay, 39 cents, 43 cents, 67. So these ones are a little cheaper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the cheaper ones, I'm going to give a little bit more budget. We're going to go up to 18. And on this one, we're going to go up to 36. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to raise the budget a little bit. Now, what's interesting is let's take a look at the ads themselves. Like what are people saying these days? Okay, so now we've got about 25 comments, 65 shares. I'll take it. Okay. So we're getting likes, we're getting comments, and that's just on Facebook, right? And shouts out to Cult Guru. I feel like you've been here almost every day, dude, and I appreciate you hanging out with us every single day. So whenever I go on Instagram, I normally click on my stats. I click on that heart, and I can see how many people have liked the video, and I can see on Instagram 2,000 likes, 36 comments. But you know what my favorite stat is? 59 shares. 59 shares. They probably shared it to their story, right? Like, where else are you going to share it on Instagram? They probably shared it to your story, or maybe they copied and sent it to some friends. Check out this song, right? And so we're slowly seeing that exponential growth, which is awesome, right? And you know what we haven't looked at yet? And I want to see if I can log in here, and I should probably do this more tomorrow because I haven't gotten the email from Apple Music yet. But let me just see if I can log in here and see what the Apple Music stats are from the song, because I think that would be really, really cool to see what the stats are, like actual stats, because we know there's more Shazams, which is great, but like what's going on with that song? So I'm not like super as familiar with Apple Music as I am Spotify. But let's take a look. Because this is cool. And if you haven't created an Apple Music account, you need to do that. So artists.apple.com. So key metrics, 213,000 plays. They're letting me know my top cities. Okay, here we go. So top Shazams, there's Help right there. Boom, top 4, 231. And let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at this song. So the last 4 weeks, I want to see, look at the Shazam count, just freaking going through the roof. Let's take a look at that. This is cool. So look at that. From when we started ads, right? About 2 weeks ago, look, just right up to like 29 Shazams in one day. Hello. I will take it. Let's look at music again. But what about streams? Where are we all for streams here? Let's go see all. Where's Help? Where are you, buddy? Where are you? I don't see you. I'm not seeing him on here. Okay, there we go, right there. Okay, so 672. That's not bad, man. And that's the last 4 weeks. Let's go the last 7 days. Okay, so let's scroll down. Where's Help now? Okay, so it's right there. All right. So we know it's definitely getting more streams. Let's take a look at plays. See what the graph looks like. Okay, so again, getting like, and this is the last 4 weeks, we had 33 one day, 27. Now we're running ads, 53, 49. Okay, so it's working. It's freaking working, man. Like, so I'm down with that. I'm so down with that. One last thing I want to share with you guys before we go is like, if you remember again, when I started promoting Help, it was like number 80 in my Spotify. But now where is it like charting? Because I'm getting so many more streams. Let's take a look here. Now that I'm getting more streams, if we click on songs, last 24 hours, where is Help? Friggin' top 12, baby. Top 12. So if we can I need to get over 1,000 streams to break into my top 10. Okay. So that's the next goal. I got to break into my top 10 and get 1,000 streams a day. Okay. We need a goal. What are we aiming at? We need to put a number. We need to put a date beside it. And obviously, my date is 30 days. Do you guys think I can hit my top 10 and get 1,000 streams a day on this song? You know what's going to do it? I'll put a bit more budget behind it. Of course, we're gonna spend some more money. I'm fine with that. But the algorithm is what's going to do it. The algorithm's going to grab it and just, and then we'll freaking be rocking and rolling, and I'll be really stoked. But again, don't just be addicted to this education and allergic to execution. You do this, okay? Of course, if you want help, book a call or come to our next Spotify 5-day challenge where you can ask me questions every day. The next one is in September if you missed this last one. But we do them every month. They're 5 days. The price is going to be going up. I will tell you that though, because I over deliver on those things. You get me literally every single day for 5 days straight. You can ask questions. But if you want to book a one-on-one, of course you can do that too. But the most important thing is just run ads. I believe in you. I always love the phrase, a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. Sometimes you can feel buried in this stuff, but I want to tell you this, when you feel buried, really you've been planted. Okay. And you're sowing seeds into your music career, and you just need to keep feeding it, just like a plant. Okay. If you want it to die, just starve it. But if you want it to grow, feed it water, feed it sunlight. So what is that? What is the sunlight and the water when it comes to our music? Well, it's posting, right? It's posting organically, and then it's taking those best posts and running ads. Could be playing shows. Radio is very risky. Could be collaborating, right? So many different ways you can grow and get attention to your music. But personally, my favorite levers, man, because I was saying to my Spotify 5-day challenge people today was that, look, I want to know the things that move the needle the most. What moves the needle the most? And you guys are going to see live here, like for my brand new song, was it the algorithm? Was it independent playlist? Was it an editorial playlist? Was it ads? Because I'm technically running ads almost directly to it. But what moves the needle the most? What doesn't move the needle? So we can stop doing that, you know? And honestly, I still believe in posting organically and stuff. Not so much because I've gone viral. I heck believe it. Like, we've got hundreds of thousands of views. But I've noticed even if you get like 6,000 views on a post, man, that can have an uptick, like that can move the needle. And the smaller you are, obviously the more small, like the more you'll see the boost. Like, there's a reason I'm not showing you my Spotify monthly listeners, because the amount of ad budget that I've been spending hasn't even moved the needle. I've been at 435 this whole time. $100 a day isn't going to move the needle hundreds of thousands, okay? But you know what will? Me triggering the algorithm, and now the algorithm sharing it out. That can move it tens and tens of thousands, right? So again, it's the small hinges that swing big doors. I hope this has helped today. Keep doing this. It's not about having more songs. It's about marketing the ones you've got. My advice, if I was coaching you one-on-one, if you've got less than 10,000 monthly listeners and you've got even 1 to 5 songs, you do not need to release more songs. Okay. If you've got less than 10,000 monthly listeners, you need to stop. You need to stop releasing songs, and you need to put your marketing hat on. Okay. You need to put your marketing hat on. I got my Baptize America hat on right now. California, let's go. You need to put your marketing hat on. There's a time to create, and there's a time to market. All right. And this is what the record labels were really good at. And if you haven't read my book, Fighter: 5 Keys to Conquering Fear, I share how I literally went from working 5 days a week to 4 to 3, and then I quit my job to do music full time. I quit way too soon. I quit way too soon. But what was good about being in the label system is that there was a time when I recorded, and then there was a time when I was touring, and then there's a time when you record. Like if you look at major label artists, they're not like releasing a song a week unless like they're doing features and stuff like that and on somebody else's song. That's a little different, right? And obviously they have a massive team, but like you'll see there's these things called album cycles or a single cycle. Like and when it came to singles, if you remember, when you would release an album, there was maybe 2 or 3 of those songs that were singles. And what did that mean? That meant that you took that one and you promoted the junk out of it. You made a music video, you made a lyric video, you went to radio, you toured it. You did everything you can around that one song. Out of the 10 songs, right? There's the 3 that you focused on. And then when that song was normally done at radio, then you went on to the next one. But we never went to radio with 2 songs at once. That's stupid. We always go to radio with one song. And then once it was done, then we moved on to the next one. Think of that same strategy, but online. Okay. Like I'm going to promote this thing. Now, am I saying that you can't post about another song like in between? Of course you can. But the idea is to focus, to follow one course until successful, right? We can't be scattered. All right. And I want to say this: what got you here won't get you there. Okay. What got you here won't get you there. Something has to change. Okay. We don't chase everything. And I want to, because I was talking about radio, I'll share this little strategy about radio. We've hit Billboard charts. I've spent $40,000 on one radio campaign, and one of them crushed it, made all my money back then some, but that was only because we got on a Sirius XM station. Okay. Not all radio stations are created equal. And honestly, for 99% of you, you shouldn't even go to radio. But for the lesson here, you get on one station. Okay, wow, you got on LA. Okay, they impacted LA, or they impacted San Diego, or somewhere in Ohio, Columbus, or what's another market? Vegas. Okay, you get on a station. Okay, it impacts that one city. That's great. But when you get on a Sirius XM station, one play plays all across America, all across Canada, Mexico. Okay, so one play reaches millions, right? And so again, you got to think like, what's that one thing I can do that has the most impact, right? You got to stop marketing your songs one flyer at a time, okay? One to one. And you got to start going up on the billboards, okay? And speaking one to many. You got to go from whispering in a room to shouting on a stage. And I'm telling you, this is your stage. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. You take those best ones, you run ads to them. You do a little bit of both. Okay. Make sure you watch day 20 because it's going to be crazy.